Cause these niggas out here gassing up these females, following you. I ain't no fan of none of these hoes. I'm tell you right now. Yo, I don't do that follow back goofy shit. I don't care. Do that? Nah, bro. Nah, we out here. Oh, you bad as hell.
Well, let me tell you why you don't do that. It's because you about your purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You working on upgrading your life. Yep. You don't got time to be doing all of this follow through, follow back, all of that BS, DMing, work for it, work this, that, and you know what I'm saying? Play the game, play the text game, play the call game. Like you're not about that. You're working on improving who you are as a man and excelling on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so like, and all like, and I understand like this videos all over the internet on the dating game and things that you got to do. Like, and the fact of the matter is, if you got to do all of these games to get someone that you're interested in, like if you have time for that, you're not about your purpose.
Facts.
You're not working on improving you and be intentional about your objective. You're not. You're faking. You're faking it. When she texts you and you look at your phone, you are not busy.
Right.
You're not busy.
That's right.
Get busy. And you got to understand what are the ways that you can get busy with things that you are passionate about. You know what I'm saying? I got like other videos on the channel, like one in particular I'm thinking about right now, which is like how to like find your passion outside of the things that you currently do. But be very mindful of the time that you spend in a given day towards consuming things. Like how much time do you spend watching Netflix? How much time do you spend watching football, basketball? Like how much time are you really spending towards all of these entertainment politics and not being able to give a value off of those things, right? So take an honest audit in your life of how you are spending your time, even how much you're sleeping, right? Take an honest audit of all of these things and how you're generating your time to really see what are the things that you're doing to be the most best version of yourself. Because I guarantee you, all of the people that you see that make a name for themselves are not watching Love and Hip Hop on Sundays, or not watching a full day of college football. They're not at the bar drinking. Like, you know, and that's not to say that you can't have fun, like, but it's got to be piecemeal in a way that allows you to upgrade your life. And I feel like this is a conversation, and we'll get into the financials too. Like, keep looking for videos on this channel because I'm gonna get into the financials as well, because there's a whole other component of Black culture that doesn't know what to do with their finances, and I'm gonna get into videos like that in the future because we gotta hit it for the culture's sake. You know what I'm saying? However, in terms of upgrading who you are as a person, as a man or woman, if there's any ladies watching this video, in terms of being able to upgrade on what that is, understanding that this takes time, energy, and effort.
That's right.
A lot of it. And there's no skipping of that. You know, when you see like the result, this last thing I'm saying, I'm gonna let you go back in because you're spitting all kind of facts.
Oh, these are facts too, bro.
Listen, when you see like, let's say like a stand-up comedian, let's take like a Dave Chappelle. Let's take like a Dave Chappelle. When you see the result of whatever he makes you laugh at, all you see is the result.
Exactly.
But you don't know the countless hours that could have went in, the hundreds, the thousands of hours to make that joke that perfect that everyone in the country laughs at.
That's right.
You don't see that. Don't see that. All you see is the result. So don't discount the amount of time, energy, and effort that went into making that the most perfect joke that you then hear, and then we talk about 10 years later.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
No, that's facts, bro. Like, there's so many points you make here. When we talk about like distractions, like, you know, everybody want the Bentley, but they don't even want the car payment. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to pay for it every month, but they want the Bentley, right? The stunt, right? You know, everything takes sacrifice. And everything is interconnected. All these emotions and all these things, like our bodies are machines. Everything we doing, for example, y'all niggas really want to stop being distracted by these hoes and all the Instagram stunt and delete your app. If you really real, delete your app. Replace it with a Flipboard. Replace it with Business Insider. Something that's going to give you some knowledge, because what you put in your brain is what you're going to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is an investment, not just the money aspect. You know what I'm saying? Everything you expose yourself to, the type of people you want in your life, you gotta visualize it. Make your vision board every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't this is a lifestyle. Right. You know what I'm saying? So how
now more than any other time in our history, the media has not mattered. And I say that because we self-select into what we want to see.
Very true.
Right. We self-select. So the media is going to report on clicks. Whatever you're clicking on,
it's like clickbait.
They want to report on the juicy things to make you click for ad revenue. Right. So I think a question I'd want to explore with social media, you can self-select and click on and like on and view what you want. But the things that get all the views, the clicks and the likes is the part of LeBron's life that might be in turmoil. Right. The part of that Barack did that no one agrees with. Right. As opposed to, you know, their volunteerism is off the charts. Right. That being a father to their children off the charts in an awesome example, right? So can we explore, you know, what's deeper in that? What is it about our culture that likes that negative aspect of people's lives and the click on as opposed to the positive?
We know negativity sells. I think that's a big thing, because you go on Black Twitter, right? You go on Instagram, you're going to follow all these negative pages. Why do you think, for example, Love and Hip Hop has gone so long? Because you have African-American people, and nothing in the show is a representation, in my opinion, of positivity. You have the fighting, you have the drama, you have all of these things, but that's what sells. That's why the Real World for a while went a long time, reality TV for a long time, and you never have reality TV. I look at different inspirational pages and entrepreneurs and these different Black males that are doing positive things, but you won't hardly see them in media. In regards to our main shows, Fox News, these different things, you don't highlight those things. Late night TV always again, when it comes to consumers, they look at the negativity. Oh, what has happened in this neighborhood? As soon as, like, for example, if you look at what the news shows after any major sports, is this homicide happened in this neighborhood? Is this happened in this neighborhood? Rather than such and such person started a nonprofit business that supports whatever cause. Right. Or this young lady is the valedictorian of her school and let's praise this person, right? Why don't we show that more in media? Is because, again, it's the consumer, it's money. And we have been plagued in the Black community by falling into those things. Like, I had to go on Instagram and really do, like, look at what I'm doing and do a detox. Like, okay, take this away from my page because it's filled with negativity. Stop going on Twitter as much. Stop going on Instagram so much. Log off of Facebook because a lot of people's feeding into those negative things. So I think that's why it's been shown a lot, is because we've been so processed to believe that negativity is what sells and what we need to bring in our lives. But it's definitely opposite. But I'm glad a lot of people is like positive vibes only. And a lot of people are starting to get it. But I think at the end of the day, because we've been so conditioned to these type of times, that a lot of people has fallen into it.
Yeah. So there's a component of that we're in this matrix that was kind of created, and we just think that it's normal. Like there's components of our culture that think that the negative press and news about people that look like us is normal, right? And then we see something. We think that it's funny. We send it out to all of our friends. But it could be something that tears us down, and we're highlighting on something and looking for something for entertainment. When, let me ask you a quick question too.
I was going to bring up something that you might be bringing up right now. Go ahead.
Do you think that there's a component of, I think that it's easier to watch other people fail. It might be harder to watch other people doing really dope things, because then you're seeing yourself like, well, am I that dope? Can I do something like that? I think there's a component. It might be a deep down embedded psychological component. Maybe I got to do some research on this. Or like, maybe it's just easier to watch drama as opposed to, so it's easier to watch Love and Hip Hop than the Discovery Channel, right? Because it's easier to watch a real world than learn about something on, right? Or to hear about, something amazing that someone does, because it might make you feel like you're less amazing. I don't know if there's some type of
I think it connection. Is. I think seeing positive things, a lot of times when it comes to accomplishments, that it raises those insecurities within yourself. Because I think everyone, when you look at the Americanized life that you want to live or you want to start a business, you want to be able to make a great amount of money and live comfortable. You want to be able to travel. You want to do all of these things. And when you see people that is able to go to Guam and go to Europe and go to these different places, like, dang, I don't have the funds to pretty much support that. So now it elevates that insecurity. When you see this person that is on their fitness journey and might have a six-pack or something like that, and they show the like before and after pictures, like, dang, but I'm really not getting in the gym. I think you should use that opportunity to challenge yourself, not asking yourself, why am I not there? But what does it need to take in order for me to get there?
Yeah. Are we live? Are we in here? Guys, drop a 1 down in the chat for me. You can hear and or see me appropriately, correctly. Let me get this off the screen right here.
And then we're going to get started. We're going to get active. We're going to make sure that with the knowledge comes through, we're going to make sure that we have this discussion here today because I think that it's appropriate. I think that it's necessary. And I think that it's needed. You understand me? All right, I'm seeing the ones that's coming down through in the building. Shout out to everybody. We back for one more again. Uh-oh, what day is it? What day is it? Friday. Red Cup Talk Friday. Let's get it popping. Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. I see the super chats coming through. Shout out to Carlos, MTR Gamer. Gamer. Shout out to my gaming channel, by the way. We have so much fun over there. We have so much fun over there. Carlos, I see you. Amaja, I see you. We live. Red Cup Talk one more again. One more again. Thank you so much, guys, for the super chats. We got to get active here today, though. We got to get the content live and direct to you guys. Because as I said before, it's absolutely necessary. This is a conversation I've been wanting to have onto the channel for a long time now. And I was looking for an appropriate time. And then I said to myself, no time will be appropriate if it's a pre-recorded conversation. This needs to be a live stream. This has to be live. We got to have these live and direct conversations in a way to try to push the culture forward while enhancing who we are and the thought processes within. All right. So with that being said, I will open up the phone lines because we got to be able to talk about it. Phone lines will be open to both men as well as women. You guys already know if I see women that's coming down in here, I probably will prioritize you because I like to hear from the from the ladies as well. You understand what I'm saying? So just some real quick housekeeping notes, and then we're gonna get this show activated and this show on the road. So outside of this being a call-in show, all of the Patreon members, Discord members, we're gonna do the after party to this show back there, backstage. All right. So this is y'all warning. So get the rest of y'all schedule tonight if you want to go forth and continue that conversation. For those that are not on my Patreon, for those that are not on my Discord, there goes the URL right there. Feel free to click on the link down in the description box down below to beam up and see the things that are in store. But we have conversations like this to push it an extra layer and a step forward, one of which we can't do as personally as what we can right here. But it is what it is. We can still enhance the conversation here, but we take it up another level when we go backstage. All right. So as folks still begin to filter in, let's address the topic today. Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. I see the super chats. Mark B, I see you. Michael Gomez, I see you. Let me get active though, and let me start cooking. All right. So what's the title of this stream? 5 things I hate about Red Pill. Okay, so why am I doing this stream? All right. Now, guys, if you look at the purpose of the channel, all right, and I think it's good that I always re-go over this because there's people that will create their own kind of purpose for what this channel is and take those talking points and kind of run with it in a pessimistic way. But when I think about the goal of the channel, okay, we conduct critical conversations here dipped in cerebral thought. Okay. We express ourselves and we never enable echo chambers. Why don't we do that? Because your ideas need to be challenged. Your ideas need to be challenged. It's a good thing to have your ideas challenged because that's how you know that it's a good idea. But when others have pretty good challenges to it, it makes you reassess the talking points that you have. But it's good because the more that you reassess, the better your outcomes in your life will be, because you are making more accurate decisions to live the most joyous, happy, and successful life that you ultimately can. So this is the challenge. This is the challenge here today. So we're going to get active. Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. Shout out to the subscribers. Okay. Shout out to everybody that likes the video, shares the video. Shout out to the Patreon members, the Discord members, the notification squad. All right. Shout out to the channel members as well. Click on that join button if you guys want access to those emojis and specialized content. And also shout out to the emotional men that's going to be down in this comment section here today. And, you know, here's the thing. The most of the ones that need to hear this probably won't join a conversation like this. But it is what it is. Hopefully, some way, the message, the information gets over to them so they can continue to enhance their lives, because that's what it's about. All right. The conversations that we talk about here are dedicated for men, but we also make accommodations for women as well. Yes, there's women on my Patreon as well, which is interesting. I never knew that was going to happen when I created it, but it ended up happening. But I think that it's a good thing. Okay. So let me also say this as well. Okay. For all the keyboard warriors that's down there right now, like, I can't believe, I thought he was Ultra Instinct Red Pill. All right. Let me also say this as well. My issue in and of itself is not specific to Red Pill. Okay. Let me be clear about this. It's not specific to Red Pill, but it's how people choose to utilize the constructs, the framework within their lives. That's the issue. Okay. That's the issue. So let me give a quick preface as we continue to go down up in here. When we talk about this, I'm not talking about the aspects of Red Pill that have to deal with the modern lady, the modern society, right? What do I mean by that? Issues in the family court system, right? Issues with understanding female nature, right? Hypergamy, what that is, and some might say hopergamy. Shout out to the intro that you guys just saw. All right. Issues within today for men, such as paternity fraud. Okay. The bias in rules, policies, legislation for men, right? Harsher sentences, longer sentences. How men are conceived differently when we make mistakes in society. Shout out to Jada Pinkett, right? And her entanglement with a mentally handicapped young man at that specific time. If Will Smith did that exact same shit, what he would have had to go through within that media would have been way more horrendous than what Jada went through. But that's the differences. But we talk about this life is unfair type shit, but that's a component of Red Pill. Okay. It's a component of understanding the world that we live in, breaking up out the matrix. Okay. But last but not least, the misandry that permeates throughout our society as if it's normal. The men ain't shit. Okay. Hashtag. Hashtag. Men are trash. Okay. The purely unadulterated hate for men that's guised as the truth, and etc. It goes on and on and on. Guys, do me a favor. Hit on the like button for me. We got almost 1,000 that's down up into the building. YouTube needs to show me way more respect on these live streams. So hit the live button for me. And let's continue to unravel this particular conversation. Okay. So all of the points that I'm talking about above, and as well as a whole bunch of others, right, are very valid, extremely valid. And it is my duty to continue to point a finger at the bullshit. And as the platform grows, as you guys hit on the like button way more, continue to share the videos, the platform keeps on growing. So that means that the talking points of the sector continue to proliferate into and dip its dirty little toe into mainstream. Okay. They need to be aired out. However, this is what we got to talk about. Some take it a bit too far. Okay. A bit too far. So before I go into, all right, exactly the 5 reasons that I'm talking about of taking it too far and what does that mean for each and every one of us, here's how I define Red Pill, the understanding of Red Pill over here in this space, because I want to be ultra clear. Okay. For me, identifying female nature is a small component. To me, Red Pill is about life. It's about life and how to live it successfully. Okay. So within it, living successfully, you have to identify female nature, but you also have to identify your own nature, male nature. You have to. Okay. While understanding that the more that you know, the more that you realize, the more that you sit within the reality of how this world actually operates, the better your chances of creating, manufacturing, owning, modifying your reality. your reality. All right. The more that you understand, the more that you can control your behavior, control your decisions and your choices in life to maximize your life. Okay. Clip that shit. All these other people that that come down in here. Oh, I think he's a red pill channel. Oh God, he just hates women. God damn it. Is he gay? Is he gay? Isn't his mama black? Clip that shit. All right. So here's what we need to be able to call out. All right. When we talk about these different things. All right. And then we'll get into the 5 points. All right. That within this sector, what tends to happen is that men get stuck in a toxic cycle of anger. It has the opportunity to happen. I've talked about this before. What is that called? Okay. Red pill rage. It's called red pill rage. All right. I'm very familiar. I'm very intimately familiar with red pill rage. All right. As with many of you came down to the sector because you have been through it. You are very familiar with it. All right. Now, staying in red pill rage is unhealthy as shit. Okay. And it hinders your progress when it comes to being a productive, competitive, and successful leader. As a man, as a father, as a son, as a brother, as a uncle, and as a nephew. Okay? To your kids, to your family, to whoever. Absolutely, if you stay there. But it's necessary to experience it. Okay? It's necessary to experience it because it creates the burning platform for change. It creates it. All right? It creates it. All right? But you have to understand this is that red pill rage in it of itself will not change how women behave. It never had, never will. Complaining about it ad nauseum won't change women. It could create the burning platform for those that had no idea how bad that it was. And I actually talked about that in an earlier video this week, right? What did I say? Identifying that the issues are not a splinter worth of damage, but a compound fracture. It can help them do that, but it won't change them. All right. Again, I think experiencing the rage is necessary, but it's not necessary to stay there. And for those that are stuck in it, I think that you have to understand what it is. And essentially what it is you are experiencing grief. All right. Grief that what you thought women were, what you thought the nature of ladies were, you were hiding by these rose-colored sunglasses of peace, love, adornment, and happiness. That they are sugar, spice, and everything nice. Not even just that, but then you sprinkle on the bullshit of Disney and what's your favorite R&B song sang to you back in the late 80s, early 90s, which is my favorite music genre of all time, by the way. My R&B playlist, by the way, is backstage in my Patreon. Gotta have a good classic R&B playlist, you know what I'm saying, to be able to set the mood right, okay? But I digress, okay? But essentially that the grief that you've been sold a lie your entire life, okay? Right, wrong, or indifferent. It just is what it is, all right? Now, let's understand that grief real quick, all right? Just real quick. First stage is shock and denial, all right? You refuse to initially believe the true nature of the modern lady today, and, you know, you begin to call this sexist, misogynist space on the internet, and then you dip down into the pain and the guilt of that as well. So you begin to process all of the simping that you have done within your life, and you're like, oh, God. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that because XYZ content creator said if I did that, then I was a simp. I guess I was a goddamn simp. So there's a bit of guilt that you felt within that, and it's embarrassing. Okay, it's embarrassing. Let's be honest. It's embarrassing. Okay, we've all been there, including me. I've been there as well. Like shit, I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes like, oh god damn, can't believe I did that shit. It is what it is. Shout out to I know Solo TV 84. He does the simp tales and shit like that. Shout out to that brother. But yeah, it's a real thing. Okay. After that, what's next? Anger and bargaining. Okay. When you start to experience that anger and then you begin to connect with other men that have experienced that shit as well in this phase, and then that what starts to create the echo chamber of red pill rage. And unfortunately, there's too many men that are down into the space right now that are just huddled within it, and are looking for the confirmation bias that gives them the fix that they need to prove what it is that they now know, they now understand. Okay. Trust me, I've been there. It's happened to me. I've experienced it, but I had to grow. I had to mature up out of it. Okay. I had to mature up out of it. But if you still carry a disdain, understand that I understand why you're there, but get yourself on a plan and a roadmap to get yourself out of there. Okay. To get it out of there. It's needed and it's necessary. All right. So let's get into content. Hold on. Let me take some water. I'm a little bit thirsty. All right. Shout out to everybody that's down into the building. One more again. All right. Click on the like button. Would appreciate it. We got almost 1,200 that's down into the building. All right. Only 600 and something likes. Show me some more respect. Okay. Click the like button or the dislike button. I don't care. It's all positive towards YouTube. YouTube likes it all is what I'm trying to say. Okay. YouTube likes engagement. Appreciate that. All right. All right. So here's what I wanted to talk about. The 5 things that I hate about the red pill, and then those that are not growing up out of the rage and are using the information against the benefit of themselves. And also, too, guys, will be a live call-in show. I want those to call in, especially if you disagree with me. All right. Because you guys, even when I talk about shit like this, you guys want to disagree in the comments behind nameless avatars and blank faces. Come up here and let's have a conversation and let's address it like men. Okay. And the ladies, I want to come up and address it as well. We could talk about it. All right. Here's the first thing. All right. And I see this, the bitchy behavior, like the bitchy, the complaining, the whiny behavior that I see. Okay. That men will stay stuck in a complaining cycle, all right, about everything that has to do with female nature, all right? And it doesn't solve any problems at the end of the day. On the contrary, all right, it worsens it because you are not doing anything to actively solution it. Nothing but bitching, okay? Emotional bitching tirades. That's what I see down in the comment section from time to time, and as well as when I open up the phone lines and men call in. All right. And here's how I have data to substantiate this shit. Look at the views on my channel. Look at the views on my channel when I upload a video that pertains to how to get a scholarship. The scholarships that I've gotten to get my MBA. I got a full tuition ride to get my goddamn Master's of Business Administration done. And that video is one of the lowest viewed videos on my channel. Disgusting. It's disgusting. When I upload a video, milestones for 6-figure income, how I became 6 figures in my late 20s, 27 years old, how I ascended to high valueness from an income perspective, okay, of the many things to divine high value, but from an income perspective, when I was 27, and how I was able to do that essentially and damn near almost debt-free. How I was able to do that, that's one of the second least viewed video on the channel. The second, when I upload shit about Weeble tutorials, about investing, passive income. Third, disrespected video performance on this channel. When it comes to purpose, finding your passion. When it comes from upgrading yourself, your knowledge, getting therapy retroactively, all right? Because of all of the shit that you're now coming into understanding with and understanding who you are and what this world is actually about. When it comes to financial education, due diligence, and success, y'all a ghost. But when I talk about toxicity of women, Oh, y'all all down there in the comment section for that. It's shameful. It's shameful. Let me be clear, in case you didn't hear me. It's shameful. It's shameful. So how do you push this idea that Red Pill is about upgrading, but y'all don't even watch the upgrading shit? No, but you dive in deep to the complaining about women shit. You love that shit. So what is that? And from a content creator's perspective, we get confused because we look down in the analytics. And listen, I know I have a lot more, how do I say this without pissing anybody off? I have a lot more financial backing. So I can make, because of things that I've done within my life to ensure my financial foundation. So I can make a lot more riskier decisions to get out of the pander. Okay. But some have to be able to feed themselves and their families. So they have to make less risky decisions and they know what works. So it begins to feed this cycle of bullshit. Begins to feed the cycle of bullshit that we see within the space. Okay. But it has to be able to call out. My video performance on all those videos are abhorrent. Abhorrent. Okay. New word of today. SAT word. Write that one down. Go look it up if you don't know what it is. Okay. Guys, throw a like on the video. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate it. Excuse me. I apologize for that. But again, guys, when we talk about understanding female nature, it's important. It's a rather small component. What's way more important is improving. It's way more important. It's way more important. Because most of the issues with female nature goes away if you're awesome. They go away. You get shielded. You don't experience the shit that the modern average man experiences. They go away. So you're focused on the negatives because it feeds the validation, the confirmation bias for yourself. But you'll work on the shit that will actually get you to the next level. Here's the next thing that I wanted to focus up in on. All right. The lynch mob mentality. All right. When the whining, when the complaining becomes a psychological mindset and men start to gather in these spaces, a lynch mob soon forms. Okay. And I'm not going to name any names right now, but this has been experienced a lot of times within the space. A lynch mob forms. I even know like women that are in full support of Red Pill and all they're trying to do is just learn and they fully support what is going on over here. Will be in the comment section and be like, yo, I wholeheartedly agree about the shit. And the next comment right after that, shut up. We're keeping an eye on you. God damn. Shit. Relax. Foot off the gas just a little bit. Foot off the gas, my G. I know you're in a Red Pill rage state, but god damn, they all not bad. They all not trying to trick you. They all not trying to trick you. And you know how I know that as well? Because the ones in my life are not like that. Even if I take a look who's on the Discord server, right? Who's on my Patreon that are women who come down in there are actively trying to understand and they're trying to do their work because now they understand that they've been pandered to most of their life. They've been pandered to most of their life and they're trying to do the work to understand because they want a man of high value and they want a man of traditional mindset. They want security. They want protection. And they know that the talking points from the men over here are in lines for the things that they are looking for. All right. But when I see y'all tripping in the comment section for a young lady that obviously supports what's going on from at least everything that you see written right there. And then the next comment is stay in your lane, hussy, or whatever it is that y'all say. Of course, there's going to be detractors that come down into space and look at the comment section and then they're like, oh, these guys hate women. Of course, that's going to be I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a logical conclusion, but of course, people who are unaware, unfamiliar are going to be looking at the surface level shit and just making a an assumption, right? Without even looking at the content, okay? Without even looking at the content, all right? Lynch mobs, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill, all right? Y'all gotta relax. Here's the next thing. 3, if you guys are not keeping count. The rage within the space breeds nihilism. It breeds this contempt in general, in mass. It breeds this pure and utter dissatisfaction. Okay? Pure and utter dissatisfaction when the complaining, when the whining behavior becomes a mental frame of mind by which the men operate in. Okay? It quickly descends into nihilism, right? The lynch mob, as we talked about it before, right? When it comes even down to the cynicism behind me changing my lights in the background. That's what it comes down to. Oh, what is that, purple? That's purple? Oh, God. Ew. What are you doing? Don't you know that it's not worth it? Don't you know that's not going to help upgrading yourself, upgrading what you provide, upgrading your live streams, upgrading your intro? Extreme and utter cynicism. Extreme and utter nihilism. You can't grow with that mindset, guys. You can't. Ew, purple. Is that purple? Ooh, isn't that a feminine energy color? Shut up. Shut up. All right? Shut up. All right? All the emotional men that's down into the building. I want you guys to be able to call in. We're going to have a great conversation. All right? But extreme and utter nihilism. All right? This extremely and eternally pessimistic viewpoint is not good for your mental state. Okay? And framing your experiences. Okay? If you frame your experiences as if everything ain't shit, all right, then what is worth anything to improve yourself? All right? For real. You have an utterly consistent disdain for women and then anything that changes around you, and you just sit and you dwell in this contempt. It's disgusting and it's gross. Okay? The issue with this is that when you have extreme nihilism as it refers to anything women, then again, you begin to look for the self-validating content to prove your confirmation bias. Okay? And here's my issue with that is because even like within my life, guys, most of the content that I do about the toxic women that I put up on the channel, I don't experience that within those that I keep up with within my life. It doesn't say that I don't walk on the street and I see some bullshit happening from time to time, but at least those that are in the immediate vicinity that I am intentional about keeping them around me, I don't experience those. But if that's what you project, if that's what you think, then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's why doing those videos in the way that I do is so goddamn soul-sucking. It's so goddamn soul-sucking because it takes me out of my microcosm and reminds me of the greater and larger world. All right? Here's the next thing, and I've actually talked about this previously, is that it forces a lack of accountability, right? And I know a lot of y'all like, MTR, no. Yeah, because one of the major talking points that we talk about accountability for women in the space as well, but this also pertains to men as well. Okay, when you get in that red pill rage state, everything's their fault. Everything's their fault. It ain't got nothing to do with me about improving my space within life and in society. And in fact, I see victimhood ass ninjas saying, well, life's unfair, so why even try? Shut up. That's the first thing. Okay. And if you believe like that, I want you to call in. I really want you to call in. As if you cannot construct your own life, because I know I have. And I'm not different than any of y'all. I ain't no more intelligent. I don't have no, but I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying, work 80 hours per week for years to get to where I'm at right now. You know why? Because I took accountability knowing that the more that I worked in on myself, the more that I can move mountains into the future. And my success, my receipts prove that. But you got to put that work in the gym. You have to. But a lot of y'all just sit within this lack of accountability, and you sit down in your unfortunate situation, going from video after video, validating and affirming what the others are doing. But meanwhile, you have whole seasons of Netflix shows memorized. Huh? I can't even remember the last time that I watched TV. I can't even remember. Shit, my time-wasting activities now is going live on my gaming channel, but even that is a part of my purpose because it's my gaming channel. Even I figured out how to make that into now a component of my purpose. But that took a little bit of this intellectual horsepower of shit. How do I get here where I can do that? I know that coming up with a gaming channel of it, in of itself today is miraculously hard in an oversaturated environment. But shit, if I build this over here, I wonder if then it'll be easier for me to make a transition to do the gaming channel maybe once every other week. And that's what I did. But I put everything on a roadmap because I take accountability for creating my reality. There's no victimhood bone in my body. Not one. Everything that has happened in my life came true because of me. And I take full accountability for all of the decisions that I made in my life. All of them. Shout out to everyone that's down into the building. Guys, hit on the like button for me. We should be way over 1,000 likes that's down up in here. Show me some more respect. Show me some more respect. Shout out to the super chats that's coming in. Let me keep on cooking. All right. Accountability. Let's talk about it. All right. Let's talk about it. Because I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the victim shit. I'm tired of you pointing the finger at, see, look, victim over there. Look at her. She doesn't understand how privileged that she is. And you're working 30 hours per week and chilling after that. What? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? That's not no man shit. That's not working on your manhood. That's not working on your masculinity. That's not working on working out, fortifying your body. What? That's not working on your financial education. But your Netflix, but you go up on Netflix and you can't even find nothing to watch because you done watched it all. Excuse me? Some of y'all are ridiculous, okay? Completely and utterly. 5. What happens within the space is that it creates a confirmation bias feedback loop, okay? That's what happens within the space. I touched on this a couple of minutes ago to a degree, but let's go back in, okay? What happens is that now when you figure out this information, you remove the rose-colored glasses. Let's say something happens to you within a relationship. Why did she cheat on me? You come down into the sector and you find your first bit of red pill content, okay? Here goes the glasses. They start to, okay, next video. And then they're off. But that process of removing the rose-colored glasses, it becomes a drug to you. Becomes a drug to you, okay? Becomes a drug to you. So us as content creators look at the analytics on the channel and we begin to start to understand the drug. And I'm making this completely transparent and visible for you guys, right? Because we push authenticity over here. We see it. We understand it. We get it. All right. And what happens is it creates a confirmation bias feedback loop where we understand that's what the majority of the audience is looking for, but we look at the analytics and we're trying to improve on our numbers from a business perspective. Okay. The negative portion of this is that you return to the pharmacist to get your fix. So in essence, it can be a negative confirmation feedback loop because you're looking for us for the drugs and then we create it for you. Okay. But what do I say on the channel? Do not get so dug down deep in over consuming anyone's content. Go and get a wide range of opinions, get a wide range of content sources, because you have to take accountability, responsibility for the content that you consume. You have to. It's necessary. Because what I'm calling out right here in number 5 is not going to stop anytime soon. It's not going to stop anytime soon. But I have to be able to call it out because it's not value add on my channel to claim cerebral thought and critical thinking, right? But not talk about the potential echo chamber by not getting up out of it and seeing what else is there, okay? So I have to be able to talk about that, all right? The negative thing about all 5 of these, is that it keeps certain dudes within a complete and utter victim mentality. Instead of taking the absolute L of shit, I got to work on me. As a man, I got to continue to level up. You continue to feed the red pill rage beast, the machine. And you're letting your emotions keep you from solving your inner demons, your inner problems, and upgrading to another level. Guys, let me throw the link that's down up in here real quick so we can start to get some people that's down. Lines are open. Let's try to get some people that's down up in here because we got to start this conversation because as I told you, okay, we got to have a discussion. All right. It looks like I got some questions about 5. All right. Confirmation bias feedback loop. All right. Confirmation bias feedback loop. That's a real thing. All right. And because of that, it creates a complete echo chamber within the space. And anyone who speaks about accountability, for example, right? What happens with that feedback loop? People just don't want to see it. So less of the content creators create it. And for those that are coming down up into the chat, turn on your cameras and also keep your goddamn cameras steady. keep your cameras steady. All right, you guys are doing all of this shit. It degrades the quality. All right, everyone's got to see what's happening. All right, this is a visual platform. All right. So again, taking the L, looking within oneself and improving and upgrading. All right. At the end of the day, it feeds ego validation, right? It feeds ego validation and it takes your eyes from you and it points it outwards. At the toxicity that we see, we understand it, we get it. Now, when is it going to switch back to you? Shout out to all of the views on my channel where I talk about financial education, when I talk about purpose, when I talk about passive income and investing. Shout out to all those views because the numbers are right there. That's the data. All right. So instead of all of that shit, focus on hitting the gym, focus on working on your education, your certifications, whatever it is that it takes for you to improve on understanding things about this world, to increase your skill set, to be much more high in demand, to increase your rate of pay, how to manage your finances, finding high energy people or high energy friends within your space to improve where it is that you're going, your trajectory, removing all of the negative media, the bullshit that you watch up on TV out of your mind and focus on honing your craft, honing your skills, getting some therapy and psychological help, professional, to reconstruct your life. All right? Guys, let me also say this as well. Shout out to the Patreon, folks that are down up into the building right now. For folks that do not know, here's another, let me also touch on this as well. Here's another reason why I felt so inclined to touch on this as well. Because when I look at the men as well as the women that are down up in my Discord server that we have these conversations with, right, in private back over there, when I look at them, they all up on their purpose. So when I look at them and I have deep conversations with them, and then I look at the lynch mob shit that I see in my comment section from time to time, I'm like, what is the discrepancy? But it's because of the ones that come into my Patreon, the ones that come into my Discord server, understand that life is what it is right now. But I need to develop myself as a person, as a man, to be the best version of myself. So bump all the bullshit. I'm still going to watch from an entertainment perspective, but I know what it is at the end of the day. All right. So if you are interested, that's the link right down there. All right. If you just want something to click up into, I know this is this is 2021. No one likes to do shit unless you have a fucking link. There's a link down in the description box down below as well. All right. So, you know, at the end of the day, when I talk about all of this, there's no point in fighting female nature. There's just no point. It just is what it is, what it is. We can identify the issues. We can magnify the issues. So maybe we'll get stragglers of them that will come around. But I really don't think that there's going to be much change until the women over there on that portion of the internet and that content can come together and have a movement as strong and as powerful as what's happening right here. Until shit like that happens, we must adapt and we must move forward. Because, again, becoming the best version of yourself, the apex predator, beats feminine nature, female nature, rather, for you. It beats it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so, again, there's going to be call-ins. Both men and women, feel free to be able to call in. The women that want to call in, I want to hear from you guys as well. I'll prioritize the ladies that come down into the building. Looks like we got some folks that are already down up in there. Shout out again. So here's what the question I wanted to ask the women that come up as well is, you know, what are you doing to soften the blow of the red pill reality that men have to deal with? And for the dudes, what do you disagree with? I don't mean that if you come up here, you have to have an initial nothing but a disagreement, but I got to hear from the community. I got to be able to do this conversation justice with all of you guys. All right. Hold on. Two minutes.
How do people do this?
That goddamn track is stupid. that track go in. Jesus. Every time I hear that shit, I'm like, God damn, I need to go to the gym and lift up the world. Okay. All right. First to the stage. D-Well, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing well, sir. All right. Do you disagree with me, sir?
Okay, so I put it in the chat. I got 1 through 2. I got 1 and 2. I did not get 3 through 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what do you disagree with 1 or 2?
Okay, bitchy behavior, lynch mob mentality. So me and my guys, we don't subscribe to the normative roles of like you can't cry, you can't have real conversation, stuff like that. So we don't necessarily. I mean, one of my guys has kind of bitchy behavior, but we check. It's just me and 3 guys, me and 2 other guys. We check that guy. You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes he's out of order, sometimes he has a good point to make, but
So hey D-Well, so what do you disagree with, my brother? I'm trying to understand. Do you disagree with something, or right? Because I gotta this is a show, so I gotta quickly go. I gotta get your point. We gotta move on to the next person. I appreciate. Hopefully your bitchy friend will stop being bitchy. But is there like a point or something? Like let's get to it.
Fair. I don't think that. Like I said, I didn't get 3 through 5. I got distracted. I got distracted. But for the first 2, I think that me and my peoples, we're not that bitchy behavior kind of thing, and then that lynch mob mentality. We talk about what real men are going through, and we talk about how to fix it. One guy is married, one guy has a baby, and he's not married, and I don't have any kids.
So what? But the show is about Red Pill, my brother. So what about Red Pill? Do you not do you disagree with anything that I've been saying? Because I got to move on to the next person, brother. I mean, this is not like a hangout session.
No,
it's no disrespect.
Fair.
It's no disrespect.
No,
but I got to get points and move on.
That's fair. Like I said, I didn't get 3 through 5, but I'll listen to the rest of the show and I'll watch.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, next to the stage. What's up, Queen?
Hey,
how are you?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
Awesome.
So I wanted to expound upon what you said when you said you wanted to hear from women about the red pill and how they're handling it, knowing about red pill, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so me being a woman listening to red pill content, I honestly agree with a lot of it. I will say this, coming into the space, I've learned which men to listen to and which men not to listen to, in a sense of I have to protect my mental, because some men, as you say, do take it too far. And they do see women as their enemies. And me being a married woman listening to what goes on, I advocate for healthy marriages a lot in this space. But it seems like a lot of men are stuck in that red pill rage zone where they're just strictly pump and dump. I don't care. I don't want to build any type of relationship. Women are just here for me to fuck on, and that's it. And me being a woman, I'm like, I get where you're coming from, but I can't also advocate against myself in that sense.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, and I appreciate you bringing that up. But I think what happens is that we, as men, talk about things. It's just the same thing. Used to happen in the locker room. Used to happen in the barbershop. But we talk about. Yeah, a lot of us talk a big game about doing this, that, and the third. But honestly, and I know this for a fact, when I look at the analytics on my channel, my video, when I take a look at the conversations that I'm having with it. A lot of us would like relationships with healed women. Like a lot of us would. A lot of us would. The marriage thing, it depends. But I think like what is conflict is that if you go over the data of marriage, of having a successful family, and then also of that in a 2-parent household. So there's some that say it's okay to just cohabitate through that, and there's some that say that marriage is required for that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think what the purpose of the platform is to help dudes, first of all, change the philosophy. All of the shit that you've been fed into you about you are not powerful, that everything that you have to do within your life is to be of worth to a woman who has unrealistic expectations and standards, generally in mass, which a lot of us experience. Right. But it's to increase the likelihood of whatever you want to get out of life. I don't downplay dudes that want to get married. I mean, I talk to them about the numbers, the facts, what could happen afterwards. And men should know that there's no type of contract on this planet that you should write your name on a dotted line without understanding, okay, what happened to the other people that accepted this contract? Oh, okay. Shit, 50% ended off in bullshit. Oh, 70% of the other party started the bullshit. Okay. And then what are the things that you should tease out within that and learn from those dudes that went through that if that's something that you still want to do? Because if you look at the numbers, what tends to happen in 2-parent households to the kids? They come out better. It don't mean you can't be a single parent. You don't produce a good kid. But again, we don't deal in anecdotal over here. We deal with facts, data, numbers, and statistics. Queen, anything else to say?
No, that was just it. But I love the stream that you're doing today.
Thank you so much, Mama. I appreciate you coming through.
Welcome.
Bye-bye. Next to the stage, Shango, the Eternal.
Salute to you, brother. I'm going to keep it short, but I want to say I appreciate what you're doing right now, but my only minor disagreement is that we kind of got to give some of these dudes a little bit of brevity because they're a little bit hurt. They're a little bit jaded. So we have to understand that sometimes we need to speak to them in a certain way. I'm not saying coddle, don't get it twisted, but I am saying that we really need to kind of examine that. That's my only contention, brother.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that contention because what I said earlier is I said it's necessary. Red pill rage is necessary, but what's not necessary, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, is to stay there.
Exactly. That's precisely it. It's a process. It's a point in time, a stepping stone. And these dudes, they get stuck in this and they get frozen in time because they can't heal before they build. They can't heal that hurt in their soul. Yes. And like you said, brother, it's temporary. You're supposed to lead that because hating women, what does that accomplish?
Not a damn thing.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah. So we agree, really.
We really agree. It's just that one point. I kind of, some people say on my, because I do content too. Some people say on my channel I be going hard on niggas, but I try to be nice to them, because I was there too. We all were there. Yes. So we try to be nice, but you can't sometimes. These niggas be tripping.
Yeah. I would say this is probably the first time that I've called it out to this degree, because I've called it out nicely in a bunch of different videos before in the past. But this is the first time that I've really just dedicated some time to just go to hell in on it. You know what I'm saying? But Shango, I appreciate the thoughts, my brother.
No problem. Peace.
Thank you, sir. Next to the stage. Looks like we got some people down in there with their cameras not on. I'm going to kick you the hell out. Feel free to call back in, though, once you get your camera fixed. Next to the stage. What up, Anna? How are you?
Hi.
You look surprised.
I didn't expect to come on so soon. I just kind of. Hi. Okay. So you're taking disagreements?
Well, do you disagree with me?
Not with you necessarily. I guess I wanted to speak with someone about this. I was listening to Kevin Samuels. He was talking about, I'm not sure if this just only applies to high value men, but he says it's not cheating, it's exercising, men exercising their options.
Yep.
And I'm not entirely sure. Is that part of the red pill mindset? Or am I going way off topic?
So it's way off topic. I'm gonna have shows talking specifically about that. So let's put that in the parking lot. That's a corporate term, but let's put that in the parking lot, and we will address that on a different stream.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
All right. Yeah.
That's very different. That's very different. And that's not red pill rage, and this is a red pill rage stream. But thank you so much, Mama. So there was nothing else regarding anything else. You just wanted to make sure that that dudes are not just cheating willy-nilly because. Okay, no, we'll talk about that. We will talk about that on a different stream. But thank you so much.
All right, yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
All right.
Take
care. All right, next to the stage, Pamu. What's good, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man? It's Pamu.
Pamu. I'm not gonna lie. When I looked down into the lobby, I was like, "Oh shit, is that Kwame Brown?"
You know what?
Like, oh shit.
I usually have an afro. A lot of people say I look like Childish Gambino. Yeah. It's the afro. I don't got the afro right now, but it's. I
don't. Whoever told you that needs to. Earlier we was talking about removing bad energy out your life, my G. That's some bad energy. Whoever said that shit. Childish Gambino.
So many random people.
Oh hell no! They lied to you, my G. They lied to you.
I couldn't get away from it for some reason. I'm like.
Nah, son. Yeah, I looked down and I was like, "Oh shit, is that some of Mama's cooking down in there?" Nah, son. Whoever told you Childish Gambino, remove them from your life. They bad energy, bro. All right, but
that's noted.
Yes, sir. So do you have a disagreement?
I I guess what the thing with me is I did go through the whole red pill rage, just like a lot of men went through, and it was hard for me to accept it. And I guess the thing is, I don't have too much of a disagreement, because you the man. But I guess the thing with me is really I'm way too focused on women and not focused most on my purpose.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what I'm having an issue with, because I looking at the past of my parents' relationships, that gave me a very big perspective on relating to women. So that's the thing with me, is having more of that focus.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have men in your life around you that are focused?
I have my dad.
What about your peer group?
Peer group, not enough. Nah.
All right. So pause right there, brother. This is what I have the Patreon for. This is what I have the Discord for. This is what it's for. This right here, because at the end of the day, I talk about this, and there's certain decisions that I would not made within my life unless I had the men around me to guide me through it. That I can look at their focus, their energy, and feed off of that. And at times, they'd be feeding off my focus, my energy. But when you start to begin to surround yourself with high energy, high focus men that go deep into understanding who they are as people, understanding who they're, because identifying who you are, identifying your purpose, your passion in this life is one of the most hardest things that you will have to do. It's one of the most hardest things in ascending in your manhood and ascending within your masculinity. Okay. It's very important that you do, and that you dedicate time to be able to do that, because watching women do fucked up shit is easy and it's entertaining. And it keeps you in that look at them state, and not within a damn shit. I've been thinking about updating my resume month 1. Damn, I've been thinking about updating my resume month 2. Damn, I've been thinking about updating my resume month 3, so forth and so on. You understand what I'm saying? But you are essentially, the way that you just described that is the reason that I created the community, the Discord server, so that men now have a space, especially in the last year that we went through, being locked up in this COVID environment, to surround themselves around men that are pushing it forward. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I appreciate you saying that, because that's the point of this stream. That's the point of the stream, because the benefit of releasing your energy of so much focusing on them, you know what I'm saying, and still taking the honest and earnest time to look within. It's not a sexy thing to do. It's not an entertaining thing to do. And it's going to be tough, but it's so worth it at the end of the day. And listen, I create this platform and I talk about cerebral thought and conversations, and I have no doubt that the majority of people will continue to support, and it's going to increase in the future. But what I do know is that there's going to be those that fall off, and it's going to be those that fall off because they need other places. They need more time to focus on improving themselves, and may not get all of the access to the resources that are here. So, but I think it's Pamu.
Yeah, a lot of people say Pamu.
my bad. Listen, brother, I wholeheartedly appreciate you calling.
I appreciate it. I actually been. You kind of helped me get over the hill on that one, because I've really been thinking about joining the Discord channel, the Patreon, Patreon. So definitely for sure. I appreciate this, MTR.
Yeah, we got a lot of strong brothers back there, and strong sisters back there too, who will lead workshops. Yeah, we just did a workshop on this past Wednesday, and I'm coming in and I'm like supplementing with content and stuff, but we call it Wealth Chat Wednesdays, where we just go over financial topics. And over the last 3 weeks in a row, we've been focused on FIRE movement. And if you're not familiar with that, for anyone that's down into the chat, that's financial independence, retire early. Because from a financial perspective, it's one of my biggest goals within life is to not have to work if I don't need to or want to. I'm so deep within my passion that I'm going to continue to do this, until perpetuity, at least for right now. We'll see into the future. But at the same time, focus in on that and getting your mind around people that are thinking about this, I think is very impactful. You have to surround yourself like that. I was actually thinking about this earlier today. I took a jog this morning and I came across a moving company. And I came across a moving company, and there's right when I'm talking about surrounding yourself around those that do awesome things or just doing something, and you think about kind of starting at the bottom of the rung, right? There are young men that worked initially as in moving companies that then enhance their knowledge regarding real estate, right? Enhance their knowledge regarding the market, which is why I tell so many young brothers, you have to start somewhere, right? It may not be in accordance to your passion, but you have to start somewhere. But I know that I've started places in call centers and shit like that. But because I started there, it got me to the next level. It forced me to learn things that I was able to use transferable skills to improve, right? And to demonstrate those to the next level up, the next employer, the next place that that I was going to go to exchange my time for money. So I'm kind of rambling right now, but I get on my mentorship shit when I see brothers that are looking for help.
I feel it. Like, I just want to say this as well too, that the whole fact of you mentoring, like, it's a lot of young brothers around me. They look up to me, and it's like, I gotta, I have to create something to help them see their greatest version of themselves and step into it, and the only way for that to happen, I have to step into mine, but it definitely helps to see another, especially a black man, doing what he needs to do to get things done. So thank you.
Absolutely, brother. Well, you know where to find me, but thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, good night. Next to the stage, Country Boy. What's good, brother?
What going on with you, Dizzy?
Chilling, bro. All right, so you obviously disagree with what, though?
No disagreements here.
I was being facetious when I said obviously. Thank you, sir. Okay, so what's the biggest thing that you agreed with in the stream in a bullet point, please, sir?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say this because I didn't catch all of the bullet point. I'm gonna be truthful with you, but just the red pill in general is what I'm about. So what that man said, you got to kind of carry yourself a certain type of way out here in regards with the red pill. So you're not getting no kind of dispute from me.
Okay. All right. Well, if you agree, brother, let me try to move in because I got to find some more folks that maybe not agree. But I appreciate your support, Country Boy. I appreciate that 100%. All right. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right, brother. All right. Next to the stage. Uh-oh. What's good, Sammy? How are you?
Hey, NCR. I'm good. How you doing today?
Fantastic. All right. Did you disagree with anything, Sammy? Come on, let's talk about it.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess same question as the last caller. Was there a particular point in the stream that you felt it was the major sticking point?
I would say the perpetual victimhood resonated the most because what I see with the red pill community is a lot of just taking on the same views, just the opposite. So just how there's women who say men ain't shit, now it's just the opposite with the red pill. Sometimes it's like, oh, women ain't shit because we see them doing these things too. So it's like looking for an opportunity to shift the blame instead of seeing what the issue is and then address it within yourself.
Yeah. I don't bang with the perpetual victim mindset at all. And if I look back on my successes within life as well as my failures, I never chalked it up to, the color of my skin, right? I never chalked it up to, right? Like I chalked it up to me being not the best candidate, right? For the job, the position, right? Like not having a date go successfully. Well, shit, I should have vetted the crazy lady a little bit more,
Yes.
You know, or I could have moved a little bit differently here or there, right? Like, and I think that it's important to do that because it puts me in a constant state of introspection to know how to improve myself.
Absolutely.
Day in and day out. And then, you know, the product is the product is the product. And, you know, I'm about to actually turn 36 in a couple of days over here. I can't believe that. Yeah, it's crazy. Time just cancer. Yeah.
Me too.
Uh-oh. We're cool.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. So, but I think that it's very important, you know, that we don't stay deep down within that.
Yeah.
Because then the growth,
it's stunted.
it just can't happen. Yeah, it's stunted. So,
yeah.
All right. So go ahead. Is there anything else that you wanted to say?
I did. Because you asked for the woman, what do we do to soften the blow for the men who experience the toxic shit from us?
Yeah.
So I've been learning a lot more about birth work and, like, you know, doulas, natural birth and that kind of thing. And in learning that space, I've been recognizing the value of men in that whole experience outside of like raising kids, but literally like advocating for the mother in those spaces requires a certain level of masculinity. And I feel that on both sides, women and men have lost sense of how crucial we are to each other's experience. Even down to just a little FYI, like the same dynamic that creates, you know, conception is the same dynamic that eases the labor so that it can be 20 minutes versus 20 hours. Like when you have support and safety from the man that you conceived with, it makes the labor go way smoother. And I feel like a lot of people don't know just how nuanced it is and how important it is for us to be in harmony with each other, because it translates into so many facets of our lives, you know?
You know, when you were talking, I was thinking about that there's essentially evolutionary impact on continuing the harmony, in essence, and staying in a listen, you guys tighten up in the chat, all right? You guys relax. Jesus Christ.
What's happening with that?
Nothing, Sammy the God. Ignore it, okay? Tighten up. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I think that there's something inherently right, like when you think about that dynamic that you just talked about, and you know, and you saying that is the first time I ever heard that, so I think it'd be interesting to look at some data regarding that.
Yes,
but I think from an evolutionary perspective, we're meant to be together, right? So for you to talk about the dynamic of easier birth because in a loving environment, in a secure environment, like it's an idea that I can immediately stick to because you know, from a not knowing the data behind it, it immediately makes sense. So
yeah,
you know, so that's why women, you know, might be hypergamous, right? Like that's why they like are looking for the most secure, the most masculine, the biggest provider, protector, what have you, in order to nest essentially. Successfully.
The thing is, like, still people are looking for what it seems to look like, but what's the most attractive is when a masculine man knows how to tap into his feminine qualities as well, because that's the balance, you know? So it's not just about the bravado of being like, oh, I can do it, but also, do you know how to read the room? Do you know how to tap into what is needed right now? And can you provide it? Can you find it within yourself and bring it forward? You know? Yeah, but I know you're a numbers guy. Definitely look into it. But just on the baseline, like the oxytocin that's released, it loosens the body. You know that. So it's just logical that in that space, having that release creates for a peaceful birthing experience, you know?
Boom. Yeah. And I say, you know, here's the thing is that I think men should leave with masculine, but if it's with masculine energy, what you're saying is that there's key components within feminine energy, such as like intuition, for example, right? To understand and read a room, right? To understand how to not assert in certain situations and to stand back, listen, accept information.
Yeah.
If that's what you mean by that, then I understand that. Because like I say from, you know, all the time on the channel is that men need to be empathetic. You have to be unauthentic. You have, by empathy, I mean that you have to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes to understand their argument. Because at that point, that's when you understand the position that they're coming at. And if you the more that you understand, the less that shit will make you angry within life, because you understand why they're treating you like that or why they're talking to you like that. And you can conceptualize, you know what I'm saying, where it's coming from, what's leading to it, and then how to essentially avoid it or do something about it. You know what I'm saying?
You're able to see yourself in other people. And like back to what you were saying with intuition, because I'm talking about that too. Just in sense of like, you can assess a situation by how it makes you feel. And if you're a man who is too consumed in the red pill rage, you're not really connected to how you feel and why. And when you're disconnected to that why, you can't accurately ascertain what to do in this situation. Like I have a example, it's kind of dark, but I know someone who lost their life because they were in a situation that their intuition told them not to be in prior to. But they're on some, I got to do it because, you know, how is it going to look? And then they got there and shit popped off and now they're not here with us. And how many of our men do we see, we lose them in some way because they're not connected to themselves? And this is where the therapy would come in, because then you become aware of, why do I move this way? What is causing that? And how can I fix it? How can I show up differently? And when you apply those tools, it's like you level up so much.
Hey, Sammy, we got to get you in the Patreon. I want you to come on the Discord. We'll chat. We'll chat. All right. All right. Well, but thank you so much again for coming through, Mama. I wholeheartedly appreciate your thoughts. Let me move on to the next callers. I got too many that's down up in here. Actually, my chat is full right now. I want to make sure that we get their thoughts. But thank you so much for calling in, Sammy. One more again. All right.
All right. Peace.
All right. Take care. Next to the stage. Who we got up here? Red Sings the Blues in the building. What's good, brother?
What's good, man? I've been watching you, man. I've been watching you. I listened to you a little bit before I ended my stay.
Yes, sir. Now listen. What do you disagree with, my brother? Let's talk about it.
What I would say is, from a standpoint, I would say that, you know, I think all of us have a responsibility, you know, as content creators and as viewers. You know what I'm saying? I'm both. You know what I'm saying? So what I would say is that, you know, I think a lot of, you know, red pill guys stay in one box. They don't really branch themselves out. You know what I'm saying? I think the thing is that we are afraid of what people might say or how we might be in a space, you know, in a different space.
Yeah.
And what I would say to that is that for a lot of guys, that's the same reason why, you know, that we're stuck in certain messes, even in our own lives. You know what I'm saying? But what I would say is that, you know, I think there is even in content creation, there is a reluctancy to, you know, actually talk about different things. Now, I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to say, you know, like, oh, everybody's doing it. But I think if we were to, you know, even the videos that we don't do that don't get views, right? I think as content creators, I think it's a responsibility to keep on going with that sort of content. Because, you know, I think it's more of an importance if we can, you know, at least do it, right? As if we can still keep on talking about those sorts of things, I think people would start to see that, oh, okay, the red pill, although it does talk about women, there are other things leading up towards, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that one was point number 5 when I talk about the confirmation bias feedback cycle. And, you know, it is what it is, because at the end of the day, if I'm doing just straight content about upgrading oneself and accountability, nobody would watch. I mean, and that just is what it is. So it's just like, that's why I structure, right, where I do it from an entertainment perspective on YouTube. And then it's like, well, if you want much more of the education stuff, boop, come back to the Patreon, come back to the Discord server.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it from that perspective.
Yeah.
But extremely fair point. Reg Sings the Blues, who's also a part of the Patreon. Shout out, my brother. I appreciate your support. You know what I'm saying? So good, man. All right, so let me get a couple of extra thoughts that's down up in here. I appreciate you for coming through, bro.
No problem, man. I'll catch you later.
All right, man. Peace. All right, next to the stage.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Feedback. Yeah, if you what's good, bro? If you have the volume on, you got to turn that down. We're hearing some feedback.
Oh, my bad. Let me see if I got my headphones real quick. See if that might help. I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna come back to you, bro. All right, next to the stage, Richie Teese. What's good, brother?
It's good, man. So yeah, so my issue, I guess, with the red pill community is that there's not enough about like healing, like when you go through that type of stuff, like if you understand what I'm talking about, like when
Wait.
you
I'm gonna ask you a quick
experience,
question, brother.
yeah,
So quick question. Do you disagree with any of my points of the stream?
no, I don't disagree.
Okay,
I
so you
don't
just
disagree.
disagree with some component of the red pill community.
Yeah, there's some.
Okay, and what's that point in a bullet point?
In term, like, they don't preach enough about like how to heal yourself through all this stuff, right? Because like,
Have you seen my video about red pill rage and how I healed myself? There goes the accountability. Because listen, at the end of the day, if you want to talk about that it's not being created, my assertion is that y'all not clicking on the shit.
I probably have watched it, but
you ain't probably watched shit. Either you did or you did not. Don't give me no airy fairy, ambiguous, nebulous goddamn answers.
Right.
Yes or no. If you don't remember the shit, you ain't watching. So is it that we're not creating it, or is it that y'all not clicking on it? Because the views on that shit was trash.
That's true. That's true.
Richie,
I respect.
You got anything else?
I respect that you're keeping it real and that you're holding everyone accountable. That's what we need to level up because a lot of us, we are so afraid of like the truth, and I think it's very good that you're promoting this stuff. Even when you called me out like that, I think people should look into themselves more and realize that there's still work that they need to be doing. Like even now, like I should spend more time looking more at the videos because you do say a lot of stuff, and I totally agree with you what you're talking about. So
thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. All right, man. Let me move on to the next one. I got a bunch of people that's down up in here. All right, thank you, bro.
No worries.
Back King is back in the building. Let's see if the audio's fixed, my brother.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, everything's good. Well, I kind of have a Toontown question, and the first one is
before you get into the question, because I asked question for y'all. The question is what do you disagree with on the stream, my brother?
That's what I was actually about to get to. That was the first question. The first question was more about how can you tell when you're watching someone who is not necessarily like, it seems like I do scroll through a lot of older videos. So, but some of them seem like they're just women bashing and not necessarily giving advice. Like you're the only person outside of Kevin Samuels I listen to. There's a lot of the other ones, I'm not going to name the other YouTubers, but it kind of seems like they do that. And I watch a lot of older videos. And as far as the video you said, I've never seen that one before, as far as when you were talking about the red pill rage and how you got over it. But it kind of seems like sometimes I feel like it can go a bit too far because some dudes might generalize all females as like, you know how like women do us generalize all males as being the same as being angry or being ain't shit or whatever the case may be. I feel like some red pillars kind of like generalize all women as like for example, they was like most men don't like big girls, but I was like, there's a small factor of dudes who do like big women. You get what I'm saying? Like stuff
but those are the outliers. So I think the majority of content creators speak from the place of generalizations. And I think like from a content creator perspective, either you can stay in the generalizations, right? Like, and that's like the videos, like this video, 5 things that I hate about red pill. So I am generalizing certain talking points and da-da-da. But then there's videos about specifics, right? Looking at a specific behavior, a specific thing that happened on a reality TV show or on Instagram, and then talking about those things specifically. So there's those layers of content. But the thing is that like, I think you already have the answer to this is, so the question being that, how do you identify? And the thing is just like, if you just find that it's content after content that is pointing a finger and not necessarily, there's not gems in the content that talk about kind of your role or your accountability, then you identified it. And the thing is like, but that identification is the responsibility of the content watcher. Right. I think that's the responsibility of, it's not our responsibility. It's not our responsibility.
Right,
So it's like, so it's just like you have to do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but I get it. I absolutely get it because I think that it could be very entertaining to have, right? Like I was actually having a conversation with a young brother that's down into the actual Discord server, and he was like, "Man, on this particular conversation, man, why didn't you lay into her? Da, da, da. Like, why didn't you go in? Like, why didn't you hold her accountable? And I'm like, well, the goal of this channel is cerebral thought and critical conversations. Okay. What you might be used to of talking points from an entertainment perspective is not reality. You cannot have in reality conversations with women like that. You can't.
Exactly.
It's not going to bode well. It's not, you will not be the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? So but there's a way to have a conversation from an entertainment perspective, and there's a way to have a conversation from a reality perspective. So that was my feedback back to him, because he had feedback for me, because, you know, back in the Discord server, I'm not the content creator. I'm a participator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I create shit. Yeah, but we're all on the same level is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
But the idea is that, you know, if you're looking for my platform to be that, you're not going to get that scratch itched, because, you know, I try to have actual conversations with people. I try to hold accountable, but there's not going to be you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's the responsibility of the person to understand what it is that they're consuming, how often, and is it healthy?
That's true. And my second question was more of like, what is your take on foreign women? Like,
what?
From different foreign women, like women from different countries that come here that migrate versus American women.
So that's not, yeah. So that's not the topic of the stream. We'll come back at another stream and talk about that. So I'll save that. I want to keep the content very consolidated to the topic.
Okay.
Yes, sir. True Back Cling. Appreciate you so much for calling in, my brother.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Guys, hit on the like buttons for me. I don't know what my likes are doing. We got 1,200 that's down into the building. Keep on hitting those goddamn like button for me. Would appreciate it. Okay. Next to the stage, Isaiah Wilson. What's up, brother? We getting some feedback. You got YouTube on?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I can hear you. What do you disagree with, brother?
Jumped into the stream, so if you can do a little bit of a recap.
No, I can't, brother. I'm so sorry. You have to pay attention to the streams that come on. Thank you. Next to the stage, Bullet Club of Comedy. What's good, brother?
What's going on? How you, man? Listen, I got a question. It's definitely onto this. It's definitely onto the red pill thing. Would it be safe to say the red pill working both ways?
Wait, first I got to understand, what do you disagree with the stream?
I feel like you're saying that the red pill work only one way, and that's only with males. So this is why I'm asking you, do you feel like, is it safe to say that it works both ways?
One more time, my G. Do you disagree with anything? I'll get back and answer to your question, but what do you disagree with on the stream?
Nothing yet.
Okay. I got to move on to the next one, brother. No disrespect, but this is about the stream. It's about the content. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Wrench Turner in the building. What's good, my G?
What's going on, boss? How you been?
What's good? Oh, shit. Was that my intro? You trying to, what's up?
Hey, man, I had to touch down and let you know, man, that I'm proud of you, brother. And some of the videos that we did, I think maybe a year ago.
About a year ago on O'Shea's channel. Shout out to O'Shea, the Hall of Games.
Right. And to see your progression, brother, I'm extremely, extremely proud of you, man. Hell of a job. You're doing the Lord's work, man. So, of course, no disagreements on my end. I think we have a lot of the same, we attack problems the same way, a lot of the same mentality. For a lot of the brothers who may be stuck in that red pill rage stage, growing hurts. So you got to go through it. You got to be tough. Of course, some of us feel attacked. Some brothers feel attacked when we come out and we say, or we're hard on brothers. As we often talked about, we've talked about it on other platforms, iron sharpens iron. So take all of those licks with the understanding that the end goal is to get better. So I really wanted to come on, brother, and just say I'm proud of you, man. And
thank you, sir.
I mean, it's a hell of a thing to see here a year later that you're doing your thing, man. And I'll try to catch a lot more of your shows, but having a business outside of my normal day job, it's a little bit difficult. But that's pretty much my 2 cents, brother.
Listen, bro, it's a fantastic 2 cents, and I'm so happy, especially knowing the kind of conversations that we had a year ago on O'Shea's platform. And I appreciate you coming through and saying that. And that's the thing, is that when we talk about the self-development, when we talk about the ascending beyond average, when we talk about doing everything in your power to be as awesome as what you ultimately can, it hurts. But men need to experience hurt. We need to experience pain. Your muscles don't get big. Oh, real quick, bro. Is YouTube on in the background?
Man, you know what? I did have it on the TV.
Okay.
But not anymore.
Okay. And the thing is you know what? Are you on a laptop?
No, I'm on my cell.
Okay. So when like, even from a development of your body perspective, it hurts to work out your muscles. Your muscles get sore, but they don't get bigger unless you work them out, right? The same thing is with your mind. The same thing is with your manhood, your masculinity. Like all of these things is the same thing. If you let all of that atrophy, and it will atrophy complaining about women nonstop. It will atrophy. It will atrophy. You know what I'm saying?
And it definitely takes away from, especially when you're doing the work, it takes away from all of the work that needs to be done if you spend so much time in echo chambers talking about what women are or are not doing. It takes away from all of the the exercising of the mental muscles, right? The exercising of your habits, making sure your habits align with your goals. Watching content that's an echo chamber for how you're feeling about women does nothing for you as far as what your goal is. If your goal is indeed to be a better man and indeed be a high value man or a Henry. Won't take up too much of your time, bro. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, it was just, I wanted to chime in and let you know I hadn't forgot about you. I know we hadn't been doing other streams, but super proud of you, man. I think it's the Discord. I'll definitely become a part of that. That way I can at least contribute to your content, even if I'm not able to catch you on live a lot of the time. So
thank you, brother. Well, we would humbly appreciate your support back there. You'd be very surprised at the talent of the brothers back in there. So we humbly would appreciate you. All right. But thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Let me know if you need anything, brother. I got you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Take care. That's big brother Wrench Turner over there. Yeah. 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 Straight positivity. I love it. All right. Shout out, guys. I just put the link that's down up in there one more time. We got a couple of more calls that's down in here. We'll take some quick calls. If you want to come through, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to call in, if you got questions about the stream, have disagreements, let's have a conversation about it. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate that. All right. Next to the stage, Mr. Sebastian Platt.
Oh, shoot. What's good? Can you hear me?
What's good, bro? Loud and clear. What's good, bro? Now, what do you disagree with?
I had a question about the stream, about the problems with Redpill. You know what I mean? Because there's some channels out there that could be perceived as, oh, it's too extreme. Oh, it's just about bashing the other gender and stuff like that. Then I was just wondering, like, what is the best balance for taking Redpill and just watching Redpill content? Because I've been following you since last December. You know what I'm saying?
So here's my thing is that, so when I talk specifically, there's not an issue that I have with Redpill as it exists as a philosophy. It's how brothers are utilizing it is my issue, right? So if you are in any of the 5 things that I talked about, if you're bitching, whining, and complaining, right, about female behavior, right, lynch mob mentality, the pure and utter nihilism, right? The lack of accountability within your life, if you're always finger pointing, and if you find yourself in this confirmation bias loop that continues to validate and affirm them versus accountability for you, and it's up to the listener to understand what it is that they are consuming and to adjust. And my thing is like, if for entertainment purposes, it's fine. If you're already on your shit, then it's not an issue, and you understand, and you have balance within your life and attributing whose fault it was and versus what it is that you contributed to the situation, then you're probably not in a rage-like state. But for the ones that are in the rage, who recently got the rose-colored sunglasses removed from their eyes, you're setting yourself up to remain in there and then eventually dip to the last stage of grief, which is depression. Right. And then it's so hard to get up out of it. It's so hard to get up out of it. And the thing is like, I'm able to talk about this as much as what I am, because I was in it. I was definitely in it. And it took me years to get out of it.
Right. Experience is the best teacher.
Yeah. It took me years, brother. It took me years to just completely get out of it. Now, at the time that it started, that's when I got hungry though. So mine was experienced with purpose. Right. Because I was just like, get off of Facebook, get off of Instagram, block all of these accounts and get hungry. And I got hungry. All right. But at the same time, was my complete disdain for women in my life removed? No. And at the time, I also didn't understand the value of talking it out, and not just talking it out with good friends, talking it out with professionals, because there are men that in your life that could enable the bad behavior. Okay. But a trained professional, a trained therapist can do more things to enhance your level of thinking and understanding and questioning your current reality.
Okay? Absolutely. And the funny thing is, when I was talking to my mom earlier, like one lesson that I said that I've learned, as I age, I'm only 22 years old. I'm a young G trying to figure it out.
You need the Patreon.
I've learned is when everything that happens to you is right, like everybody else's fault, you have no control. Like you can go into this red pill space, right? Get into the rage after you get dumped, you get done dirty, and just point the finger and say, oh, it's their problem, it's their problem. But until you actually point the finger back and scan like what's going on in here,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to have any control if you're letting everybody else just drive you around, just use the wheel, just herk and jerk you wherever the hell they want. So until you take over that driving seat and take over and just take responsibility and take accountability, which is something that you preach in every single video, you're going to be stuck in a loop. You're going to be stuck in a loophole.
Loop-de-loop.
In a box, unable to break out until you look within yourself.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen, Sebastian, you sound like a prime candidate for the Discord server for the Patreon, my brother. All right. If you're 22 years old right now, you at the prime stage of your life to fuck it up. so you know what I'm saying? And the thing is like, the more that you focus in on, and my bad, I got distracted. The more that you focus in on who you are, where you're going, and fill your energy with dope, high energy people that want to be the best versions of themselves, that are talking about finances and education, like all of the different things that I talked about before. It's going to increase your chances of being awesome. Sebastian, thank you so much again for calling through. You're welcome to come back, my brother. All right. Oh, good form. Nice. Next to the stage. What up, Mac?
Oh, what's up? Appreciate
chilling,
you
brother.
Coming to give me. I did just want to add 2 cents in. I've been wanting to hop into a live stream for a while now.
Okay. Let's start here. What do you disagree with?
Not necessarily a disagreement. I did want to add to the conversation. I think it has gone a little bit awry as far as what the red pill is and how I perceive it myself in general. I would like to say that it seems like it came from a space of men not wanting to be pathetic. It seems like a lot of men walk around without driving, without purpose. And so much of the message in this community is to not have women be your purpose in life. So I think it's important to add to the conversation that a lot of this actually started without any real purpose or end goal. It was just...
And there's not a defined definition. And I think that's part of the issue as well, is that some of the content creators take a little bit of pieces of it and then, whatever their goal of the channel is, and then utilize the framework or the movement or whatever the philosophy in order to push certain talking points forward. But there's not a firm definition. One of which that I went over early on this stream, specific to the way that I look at it from this channel's perspective. So great point, bro. Anything else to add? Because I got to move on. I got some other people that came down in
Okay,
up in here.
I'll just say this. As an end goal, this suggestion, as men, it looks like our main purpose is to build our families and contribute to the community as a whole in a productive manner. But we haven't been raised and reared in a position to do that. And I think the red pill manifested out of an effort to fix that issue, but not generally get to the end goal, just not be pathetic, just not be down and to the state so many men were. And I'll leave it. I don't want to go on too long.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mac. I appreciate that.
All right.
Next to the stage. Oh, lost him for a second. Uh-oh. Man, you ain't got no light over there, brother.
Oh, no, I just round positions. How about now? How about now?
Way better, brother, because you was looking like an enigma.
Yeah, so we got jokes. My questions, I just recently found out about the red pill. Let me take my forget it. I just found out about the red pill and the truth and everything. And I'm 27 years old. I'm not even going to cap with you. You know, I just really found out about you. And I just don't understand how females can play dudes like it's nothing. But if a man do the same thing, it's crazy. And it's just hard for my mind to to get it together. You know,
so are you in a rage state? Are you in the red pill rage state?
A little bit. I'll have to admit, I am in a little bit of the red pill rage state of just knowing about it and how, some females act. I know not every female is the same. No cap. But it's just understanding it and getting used to it. That's just what I have to deal with myself personally. And I am speaking to a therapist. I am speaking to a therapist and doing what I got.
You're like here. So earlier in the stream, I was talking about the removal of the rose-colored sunglasses. So you're like here. They're gradually coming off.
Yeah,
and you're understanding.
Glasses on, but I got you. Peace be upon you. Because me, I'm very straight to the point. I'm very blunt. I like you. What's good? Okay, no. All right. I have in a way been hurt, but it's just how the female did it. Per se, and I'm not tripping, go ahead and chase your 6 feet, your mark of the beast, do whatever. Just don't come over here and play with me because at the end of the day, you wouldn't like it if I did the same thing to you.
Yeah. But now you are out of you're at the beginning stages of being completely out of the matrix. As I said before, the rage is necessary. I'm happy that you're getting therapy because when I was going through it, I did not get professional help. I eventually got over it. I probably still need some goddamn therapy for it, to be honest. But it is what it is. We all got to work in on ourselves. And I'm happy to hear that you're getting therapy as well. I think that as long as you detail that out to your therapist and then put you on a plan to eventually get up out of it so you can have a much more healed and healthy view of the reality that you live in. Because as I said earlier, once you understand it and you sit well within it and understand that life's not fair, once you understand all that shit, and then working on yourself in this unfair life, and then all of a sudden what happens? Year after year, right? It starts to get better. And a lot of those issues that you're experiencing, you won't experience into the future. But you have to work in on yourself. You have to work in on your masculinity, your manhood, right? Your mouthpiece, the way that you talk to women in the dating game, not getting as attached so quickly. Shit, I got friends to this day that get, oh my God, goddamn, bro, you don't even know her.
Yeah. And it's just, I do, I went to a school, Long Beach Job Corps Center, and here in Long Beach, that's where I'm at. That teach you that you have to be hold accountable, because when you're on your job, you're not going to say, oh, it's that person's fault. Oh, no, it's my fault at the end of the day. I have no problem holding myself accountable and everything, and I can't always blame my circumstance I was homeless since 2016, whatever, but, now I'm on a come up, where I am is just, my real dad, he's never, my mom always told me that he wanted a son, but we don't have a personal conversation on that, but he does.
You're a prime kind.
So
hey brother, hey,
should I be here?
Alex, You are prime candidate for the Discord, for the Patreon. Just
I've been
FYI.
wanting to join. I've been wanting to join.
Yeah.
They had me get my mind right on what to spend my money on. I've been
You need other like-minded dudes to talk to that are on the same path and the same purpose towards being the greatest and the best version, right? Again, it's not a substitute for therapy. Keep on doing your therapy, but you got to surround yourself with amazing energy, especially in just hearing a couple of things of knowing your progression. Okay.
Yes,
so listen,
sir.
brother, I have to go. I have to go down here, but I appreciate your time.
To talk to you, MTR. I appreciate. I've been watching your videos ever since I heard about you. So time to go.
Hey, good form. Good form.
Let's get it. Let's get active.
Shout out, my G. I appreciate the energy. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. All right, guys, listen. I think we've been going on for like 2 hours. I think I'm gonna end it right here today. Again, if you guys are interested, that's what the link is right there. Now, there's a link in the description box down below. At the end of the day, just as I said earlier, okay, you can't change female nature by just complaining about it. All right, but you can change the options that you will have available within your life if you work in on yourself. Take the content, absorb it, get entertained by it, learn something new, a new talking point, a new word. Damn, did you see the collaboration? Da, 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 da. But be very mindful that you need to improve yourself. You need to get out of the rage-like state. Eventually, self-improvement, self-improvement, self-improvement. I would not be here today being able to talk to you guys unless I got hungry and worked on me. I would not be here right now with the opportunity to be able to do this with all the other things going on in my life unless I did this for as long as what I did. Got my birthday coming up here in a couple of days. Maybe I'll go live during that so we can all have a recap and a good conversation based off of that. Shout out again to my Patreon members. Shout out to all of the emotional men that will yell at me in my comment section, but then choose not to come up here and have a conversation with me. This is a disagreement based off of this shit, and y'all just decided not to come through. Of course, remain nameless, remain faceless, stay down in the comment section, continue to complain about shit that you can't change, whatever. But for those that want to change, you know where to find me. All right? Questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up. Patreon down below. Follow my Instagram. I got a gaming channel. We have a lot of fun up there. After party right now. Down in the Discord, down in the Patreon right now. We could be down up in there. I'm going down there right now to have a debrief, to have the after party discussion. Okay. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.